Well, hello, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back. Jiu-Jitsu 2000 here today. I hope you're doing fantastic out there. In this video today, I am on the 2022 Honda Trail CT125. It's time to go for a trip. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know how long I'm going to be, but I'm going to take you with me, and I hope you enjoy the video. It's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get going. Looks like there's some rain in the forecast out there in the distance, but this should be fun. I'm super excited. I haven't been out in a while. I think I'm gonna go south of Winslow towards Payson, Arizona. That's a wonderful place, and I think this will be a good ride for me today. Be a good ride for the Honda Trail. The weather's nice, so I'm super excited. Here we go. Let's get going. We're gonna have fun today. I've been wanting to take this bike out for a while. I'm still in break-in miles, so I'm not gonna run it real hard, but I am gonna put some miles on it, so let's go have fun. So right up here on the right, there's a state prison. So I hope I don't get a flat tire here. That's the state prison. I think I'm gonna pull off up here in a minute and get on my sweater. It's a little chilly out. It's a very windy day today. So yeah, here's a nice little pull-out point up here. Take a break. I had two vehicles pass me. That's to be expected when you ride these mini motos. You got to pay attention to the cars behind you because they're everywhere. Wanting to get around you, you're just not fast enough on these mini motos. So I'm gonna stop and put on my sweater. Stay on the blacktop here. I don't want to get into a nail or something. Bike's running good. Everything's going well. It's a wonderful day. I just wish it wasn't so windy. Go ahead and kill the bike for a second. And this large compartment here, this is where that's where my coat is. Just a light coat, just something to put on to keep the wind down a little bit. Looks like it had cat hair on it. Oh, that's funny. Life is good. Oh, that's much better. Now let's get this camera back on. Okay. Microphone, let's plug this in. I like putting it up by my mouth. I don't know what kind of footage I'm looking at, if it's got good audio or not. Have to take a look. Oh, that's much better. Now that I have my little blue coat on, I can continue on my ride. It's a wonderful day for a motorcycle ride. I just wish it wasn't so windy. Step on. Let's get my camera angle correct. There we go. Let's get out of here, folks. Nobody's coming. Here we go. I've been sitting at home and I've been wondering, I'd like to take that bike out. Well, here we are, and since I'm in break-in miles, I'm keeping it around 40 miles an hour. Loving this ride. This is so much fun. I don't have a care in the world right now. I'm just enjoying life, and this is what it's about. Getting out, living, having fun. It likes it up here in the woods. That's what's really cool about having fuel injection. It responds to whatever altitude you're on. Remember back in the day when you had a carburetor, you had to rejet per altitude, different altitudes. With fuel injection, you don't have to do that. The bike just naturally runs good and adjusts to wherever you're at. This is a beautiful area. Battery's dying on the camera, so I'm gonna swap it out and let it charge. So the bike is running really good. I had that camera got a dead battery, so I swapped it out and put it on the front of the bike, and I put this one on my chest. The only problem is that camera is the one that I have all the audio connected to, so I'm going on stock audio, and this one has the media mod, but this one will now get some pictures, and yeah, that's where I'm at. Let's get back on the road. I am on the center stand right now. All right, let's rock that forward and let's start this bike. Let's get going. Get back on the road. Okay, let's test the media mod and see how that volume is. How does that audio sound? Hopefully it's working out. Okay, so I made a quick fuel stop. I put in 1.19 gallons. Cost me $5.39. So there's the mileage that I got. I went 134.7 miles. I put in 1.19 gallons, so I averaged at 113 miles per gallon out of this tank of fuel. It's been fantastic. All right, I reset my odometer, and I'm ready to hit the road. Take care.
Hey, drive safe, man.
You have a good one. It's good chatting with you.
Yeah.
So I stopped for a second, took my sunglasses off because I'm almost to the place. So I'm not going to go very fast because I don't have any eye protection right now. So I'm just going to take my time. Got a beautiful sunset off there in the distance. Wow, that's amazing. Such a beautiful state that I live in. And I'm just enjoying this ride, enjoying this weather. It's amazing. What a gift from God this is. Wow, look at that sunset. That's the thing that dreams are made of. And that is the end of the blacktop. Now I'm on dirt. Hopefully the camera will pick up good footage here in the low light conditions. I just love coming out here. This is wonderful. The temperatures right now feel amazing. It's probably not going to get too cold tonight. So this is wonderful. Well, there you have it, folks. I have arrived at my destination. This is a beautiful place. A little bit sandy right there. Woo! I want to see how much water. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna just go through this, hopefully. Ooh, I love being able to put my feet up. So nice. This is a good area to camp. Now I'm looking to see where the river is, where the creek is rather. Okay, there's the creek. Good, so it still has plenty of water. Hopefully the camera's picking that up and you can see that. Good deal. So I got to this sign. It says Bull Springs Allotment, Payson Ranger District. I'm not sure what that says. Something wilderness. Tonto National Forest. Interesting. And way off in the distance, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but there's an off-grid house over here. Dogs and stuff. Hound dog. Coming this way. Better get out of here. Hope they don't bite. So I gotta turn around. 2.3 miles. So from this gate, 2.3 miles from this gate, you're gonna end up in an off-gridder's house. The road goes smack dab in the middle of his house. He's got dogs, he's got solar panels, and it wouldn't surprise me if he has guns. So I wouldn't go past this gate, not at least more than 2.3 miles. There's my shelter for the night. Little plow point set up. There's the bike. Well, today was a wonderful day. I loved riding that bike. It felt so good to get out. Funny story though, when I stopped to get fuel, I was talking to this guy. He was super, super nice. He just loved that I had the Honda Trail. He was like on fire for that bike. So I was talking to him, and then I told him that I had a YouTube channel and that I was out filming, and I ended up getting my gas and everything. And when I was talking to him, I had a GoPro, kind of a semi-hard case that comes with the GoPros that has a zipper around it. And I had inside there, I had 3 batteries. I had the light, and I had a battery charger, really nice battery charger that has 2 18650s in it. It's that X-Star. And so anyway, I had that sitting on the bike in front of the milk crate, and got done talking to him, paid for my gas, and I had spent a little more time chatting with him than I had intended to, so I needed to get back on the road to get over here to Payson, you know, and have some daylight left. So I didn't even think to put that GoPro case away. I left it sitting there, and when I drove off, I didn't even think about it. I went about 2 miles from the gas station, and I realized, oh no, I left that GoPro case. I didn't put it away. Darn. So I turned around and I found it. It was about a mile from the gas station in the middle of the road, ran over. Everything in that thing was toast. Oh, so I was so frustrated. I'm like, no way, I lost all my gear. You know, my battery charger, which that charger's awesome because if you use your solar panel or if you plug it into USB, you can charge the charger, and then at night you can slip your batteries in there and it charges your batteries. So it's a really cool charger. And I had 3 batteries. I'm like, oh my gosh, what a letdown. Those are the Enduro batteries too, the really good ones. So when I get home, I guess I'll be buying more gear. And those are just some of the joys of being a YouTuber. So I've got my little plow point set up here. I'm laying on a drop cloth. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but I'm laying on a drop cloth, and I'm kind of switching back and forth between this GoPro and the other one that was on my chest mount. Battery died on that one, and then I tried to film some stuff, and I don't know if the SD card's full or what's going on with it. It's like messing up. It's the Hero 7 Black Edition. It's been a great camera up till now, and the one I'm filming with right now is the Hero 9 Black Edition GoPro. I love it. It's a good camera. It's awesome. So once I got here to Baby Doll, I went on a ride trying to find these ruins. There's supposed to be some petroglyphs and some really cool ruins in this area. So I took the trail through the thing and then went up the plateau trying to find these ruins. And I went through one gate and I went 2.3 miles and found myself right in the middle of an off-grid, kind of like a homestead kind of thing. Dogs barking at me and stuff. So I was like, uh-oh, I better turn around. So I came back to this place and set up my plow point for the night. Going up that plateau, it's, you know, it's rocks and it's off-road kind of riding, and the bike, even though it's not designed for that, it did fine. I did lay it over at one point. I hit a bump, and my bag that was in the back in the milk crate with all my gear, this bag right here, in fact, hopefully you can see it, but this bag, it had hopped out of the milk crate and it created like an off balance, and it pulled me right over. Wasn't a hard crash or nothing like that. I was only going like 1 or 2 miles an hour, but the bike has officially been laid over. Right here, this little pillow, this is the bag that this tarp goes in, and I stuffed my coat in here, and that's what I'm using for a pillow. So anyway, I'm gonna get some sleep. Life is good. God is amazing. I came down here to the water to see if there's any crawdads or anything out, and I don't see any. Doesn't mean they're not in there. I just ain't seeing them. Well, folks, you're probably wondering, how did you get in a hammock? I got tired of laying on the ground, so I had a drop cloth and some paracord and an extra tarp. So I used the drop cloth and the paracord to make an improvised hammock. And the extra tarp, I just laid over me. Not that I'm expecting rain or anything, I just laid it over mainly to keep the bugs off me. And this is so much more comfortable than where I was over there laying on the ground. You know, because I was walking around, I found a big old patch of thistle. Thistle is cool because it's a wild edible plant. Found some elk droppings too out here while I was out scouting around. And the whole time I was thinking, man, I wish I would have brought a hammock. A hammock would be nice right now. And then I thought, hang on, dummy. You have a drop cloth. Make one. So I did. Anyway, I'm gonna get some good sleep now. Now that I'm comfortable and off the ground, I don't have to worry about dust and dirt and all that stuff. Clean my socks, clean my feet. Oh, I feel so good. It's time for bed. I love you all. We'll see you in the morning. And then I'll give you a shot. I'll show you my little improvised hammock. It's not much, but it's enough. It's just enough. We'll talk at you in the morning. Now, I understand that it's pitch black. This is just audio for you guys. Oh, this is so comfortable. This is where it's at right here. Oh, I'm at peace. Life is good. Well, good morning. Last night was crazy. I got cold. I got chilly last night. Didn't necessarily plan on staying the night and having an overnighter. I thought that I was just gonna go for a ride, so I didn't pack a bedroll or anything. I thought, well, I'll go for a ride and I'll come back home, but it didn't work out that way. So even though I had this really comfortable hammock, I got chilly. But the sun is coming out now and life is good. Look at this area where I'm at. Wow. This is what I'm looking at. Right down there is the river. This is a wonderful place. I'm gonna get up and get ready to get back on the road. So there's a look at my makeshift hammock that I used last night. It actually was very comfortable. The hammock worked well out of a piece of a drop cloth. pulled off the road because I just needed to stretch out. I needed a break. The bike's running great, but man, that seat, it's hard on your bum after a while. Just loosen the joints and then I'll get back on the road. I've went quite a few miles on this trip. I'll talk about that a little more at the end of the video. I'll check the mileage and all that when I get home. So I just turned the key on the bike and I am at 564 miles on the bike. So break-in miles are almost done. I usually break them in about 600, I think is what they call for. So by the time I get home, my break-in miles will be done and I'll be able to rip on it. I'm glad that I did the break-in miles that way on the Monkey, because after the break-in mile period of 600 miles was exceeded, I can rip on that thing and the bike runs good. It'll get up to speed, that thing runs good. So I've been very conservative with this Honda Trail, probably more so than I was with the Monkey. I've been doing 40 to 45 for the most part. I've gotten it up to 55 and stuff like that, but I think this is gonna pay off big time like it did with the Monkey. This trip has been a lot of fun. We just really needed to stretch out. I needed to stretch my legs, walk around for a minute. I didn't take a lot of time, maybe 20 minutes or something, but I feel a lot better. So now I'm ready to get on the road and get this party started again. Here we go. Let's get on home. I'm sure the bike liked having a little break too. The weather outside today is beautiful. It's a little warmer today than it was yesterday. Here we go. Okay, Honda Trail 125. This is a 2022 model. I just got my break-in miles done. I am gonna see how fast we can go. Welcome home. Time to get some fuel. $3.95 a gallon. And when I pulled up here, this thing was on fumes. Okay, let's see what we got there. 1.32 gallons. 1.32 gallons. All right, let's get out the phone and let's do the math. Okay, so trip A. Let's get the calculator. I did 165.3 miles divided by 1.322 gallons. So on that tank, I got 125 miles to the gallon. That's fantastic fuel mileage. Now, if we go to trip B, you can see I have 107.5 miles. That is halfway, so we can double that. That's 214, that's 215 miles that I've done on this trip, 215 miles. When this bottom light goes from solid to flashing, you have just entered your reserve. So it went to reserve at 93 miles on this trip B. So that it says 107.5, that means I got 14.5 miles once that first E little light was flashing, so I got 14.5 miles on reserve. Well folks, we have another trip in the books. This trip was fantastic. The bike ran good. On the first tank of gas, I had 134.7 miles. I put in 1.19 gallons, so I got 113 miles to the gallon on the first tank of gas. The second tank, I went 165.3 miles and I put in 1.32 gallons. I got 125 miles to the gallon on this last tank of fuel. Like I said, when I did the fuel, I went into reserve, and when it was on reserve, I still went 14.5 miles before I got to the gas station. I didn't mind doing that because I had this roto pack. Now I did hit a top speed for the Honda Trail today, and that was 58 miles an hour. And I'm about 206, and I have probably more weight than I had when I took the monkey to the Grand Canyon. So I think the bikes are carrying a little more today with all these metal pipes and the roto pack and me being heavier. So 58 miles an hour. Now, if I recall, when I went to the Grand Canyon on the monkey, the top speed on that one was 63 miles an hour. So that's a difference of 5 miles an hour on top speed. Now, I just passed my 600 mile break-in miles. The bike ran absolutely fantastic. If you're in an area like what I did in this video today, where I'm going through the mountain, I think this was a harder run than the monkey had going to just the Grand Canyon, because on the Grand Canyon a lot of that stuff was just straight. There was a lot of passing areas for people to get around you, and on this ride it was different. I had to go up through the mountains. There was some no passing zones, a lot of curves. It was a beautiful ride and the bike did great. But the problem is other people. This bike pulling through the mountain, I saw the sign that said on this curve go 30, and I was doing 35, had no problem. The bike ran great, but people are impatient. You know, you're going up a mountain and people will do two things. I've noticed some of them, they'll pull up, they'll catch you, and they'll back off and they'll give you space. And others will catch up with you and they will just ride your ass like they think that that's going to make you go faster or something. They have no concept of this just being a little 125cc motor, you know. So there was one guy that was on a Dodge truck pulling a fifth wheel, big old travel trailer, and I was doing 45 miles an hour, and I could have given it more, but I didn't want to go crazy on these break-in miles. That's really important to me. Anyway, the guy came up and he got on my tail and he was right on my ass. And I put my blinker on because I saw a turnoff point. As soon as I saw him in the rearview mirror, I was already searching for a place to pull over. That's what you have to do on these mini motos. If you're in an area where you don't have wide open spaces with passing zones everywhere, that's different. You can ride these bikes in those kind of locations, but coming up through the mountain, this truck and his trailer, so I see the turnoff point and I start to merge off. He didn't even back off and give me the space to pull off the road. I mean, as soon as I started to drift, he was already trying to pass me. Some of these people are just so impatient. So if you're going to be riding a mini moto like this, I highly recommend that you pay close attention to where you're going. And if you want to go faster, you're going to need a bigger motor. If you're looking at the Honda CRF 300L, that's a wonderful motorcycle, and it gets about 75 miles to the gallon. It'll do 55, 65, 70, pretty much all day long. This bike, for what it's built to do, it was absolutely fantastic. I enjoyed this trip. It was fun. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm thinking about this bike versus the Monkey. Every time I take them out, and top speed was 58 today, I didn't stay there long. I'm still in braking, but I did open it up there for a second. I had a slight wind and a little more weight. I've got tire spoons because these tires have tubes. I got a patch kit, I got tire spoons, I got an air compressor, slime. Well, when I took the Monkey to the Grand Canyon, I didn't have the tire spoons. I just had a plug kit and an air compressor. You know, so a lot less tools. I don't have to have tools to take the tire off if I get a flat. So this was definitely more weight and a slight crosswind and 58 miles an hour. So the mileage of this bike, fantastic. Sneaking up on some deer on the way home. I didn't quite have time to push record, but I saw some deer, and I even saw a coyote coming through the mountains in a residential area. There was a coyote running around, probably out eating trash or something. But yeah, the bike is fantastic. The USB. Well, folks, I'm not quite sure what happened with that last little bit of the video. I think my battery died on my camera. But what I was talking about was the USB power that I installed on the Honda Trail worked absolutely fantastic on this trip. This was a wonderful trip. I really enjoyed it, and there's going to be more trips using this bike in the near future. I'll just have to plan them out a little better and make sure that I'm going in areas where I have plenty of passing areas for people to get around me. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching it. Please do me a favor and thumb up this video. It helps me out a lot. I love you guys so much. I did a lot of miles on this bike on this trip, and it cost me about 10 bucks. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.